Y'all, this is one of my favorite topics, money and medicine. Pricing like a grown ass healer. How much do you charge, oh practitioner, oh practitioner? I just want you to start thinking about you're saving lives, and for every individual that you touch, you should be earning what you deserve. Just because I say what you deserve, it doesn't mean we're gouging people or overpricing or we're pricing ourselves out of the market or, any of these crazy numbers, or just because we think we're supposed to charge it, we should. But it's about really looking at our time, our income, and our impact to make sure that it aligns. I've been working as a marketing strategist for health and wellness entrepreneurs now for like, I think 15 years at this point, over 15 years. This topic, it keeps coming up, and I don't understand, why do health people struggle with money so much in terms of like talking about it, charging for it, understanding their worth and their value. Like, what is it? And I think sometimes that there may be like a bit of a savior complex, secretly may believe that it's your job to save everybody, to carry the emotional weight of people's choices, like it's your fault. When we believe that, you know how it shows up for us in our practices? It shows up as discounting at the last minute, changing packages based on the situation of the person, feeling personally responsible if a client doesn't follow through. That's not how you're supposed to sit as the healer. You sit in authority for someone who came to you and is paying you because of your expertise. On top of that, you're teaching them the tools and the things that they need to heal themselves. I am not talking about conventional medical shit. Y'all know I only deal with disruptive folk. You're giving people the tools, the things they need to know about themselves and why they're in the situations that they're in. You're not their savior. You are the gateway to healing. You are the gateway to longevity and to balancing their hormones and resetting the nervous system. So let's throw that savior complex out the door and focus on what we should be really charging. Some people have like this identity thing, trying to be the good girl or the good doctor or the nice one, the helpful one, the one who goes above and beyond. And oh my God, here's my cell number. I really want you to put a price tag on every second and every minute that you spend, especially thinking about or worrying about your business or your practice. Good doctors and good nurses in traditional systems, those are also often the ones that overgive and get burnt out and often suffer. So get over that good guy stuff and let's talk about, I need to build a business that's sustainable for me and my family and is going to help me achieve the goals that I want to achieve, all while I'm adding impact. Income and impact, they have to always, always, always be aligned. They have this fear sometimes of being seen as greedy. Oh my goodness, if you're Black, brown, minority, or from any community where surviving, you have to stay small or grateful, you can't shine too much, you can't make too much, can't charge too much, you ain't supposed to be doing that. No, 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 no. Throw those ideas. I'm canceling them right now. By the end of the podcast, all of those concepts are going to be canceled. You don't want to be the doctor or the coach that gets dragged online or in group chats for your rates. So you rather undercharge because you want to be known as generous. All of that sounds holy, but what you're doing is you're robbing your clientele of the opportunity to have that energetic contract with you, which is financial, which means they're going to transform. When people pay, they transform. It's the same reason why I charge what I charge for my consulting and my strategic thinking. I know that when someone is invested, they're going to do the work. And for that reason, my prices are what they are, and my clientele is limited to what it is. And yes, it is scalable. And yes, I do live very well and make a good living. But at the same time, my folks are accountable to working on the things that we're working on to turning it around in their business. Yeah. Let's see if we can start working towards moving past and getting over some of these issues with money. First of all, let's look at the numbers. There's cost to everything. This is the not sexy math that a lot of practitioners run away from. There's raw costs, your software, your rent, your staff, your lab, your supplies, but then there's also taxes. That's always going to be a thing. And then there's this really, really not even an elephant in a room. It should be the in our face is the concept of your time. And so many of you have not yet put value on your time and actual dollar amounts on what you are worth per hour. What is your time worth? What is your energy worth? When you're up doing those charts, when when you're training your team on the protocols, when you're making the courses, what is your time worth when you're building the thing, the program, the charting, the planning, the marketing? And then what is your capacity? How many clients can you sustainably hold? If you can only sustainably hold 50 clients based on your model, then that tells me everything I need to know about the pricing or what it should be. I want you to graduate from the hustler who is still in the thick of it and not charging their rates and not charging what they're worth, and elevate yourself to the founder and the CEO and start thinking about the value that you provide. How do we put a number on our value? That's outcomes, that's expertise, that's scarcity. What shifts because of your work? What lives are saved because of your work over 3 months, over 6 months, over a year? How long did it take for you to get good at what you do? Your degrees, your certifications. I have clients right now who are still, getting pellet certifications and additional functional medicine certifications and going to conferences so they can stay at the top of their game in personalized medicine. Are you rare? Are you unique? Are you one of the few people in your region that do what you do? I work with one of, I think, 10 Black female neurologists in the world who specializes in MS. I've worked with one of the few women that I know of that specializes in reversing endometriosis in 6 months. Can't really say it like that because, Big Brother will be running after us. Oh, Lord, you're curing things. I don't even want to say their names. I have an individual who has done the largest number of explants reversing breast implant illness in women. Still means that they need to price themselves correctly, right? They need to create programs at different price points so they can get to the masses. And when it's time for a said patient or client to have a seat at said table with that practitioner, there's a certain dollar amount and there's no shame about it. And what I was saying before earlier, why healers have such an issue with money, I want us to cancel all feelings of shame surrounding charging people for their healing. Insurance does not pay for true, deep, long-lasting healing. Insurance manages sickness and symptoms. We know this. That's why so many healers are transitioning into personalized medicine so they can provide the care that's needed. So if someone's paying insurance premiums that are $1,500, sometimes $2,000 a month pre-tax, not even hitting their deductible and still paying copays when they get up to the clinic and not even getting the care that they need, but want to argue with you about a $1,500 6-month program? It's laughable. That means that you need to have a reality check with yourself about the value that you provide, about your time and your worth, and charge like a grown ass healer. So I want everyone listening to this podcast, take a look and sit with yourself and your pricing. And then I want you to look at what does it cost for you to do what you do per hour? And what do you need to make to sustain your life? And what is your capacity? That is a great place to start. And I want you to charge appropriately. And I want you to be excited because the folks that sign up with you are going to get the healing that they need because they invested properly and you made that energetic contract with time and with money for a very specific outcome and transformation. So get your offer and your prices rooted in numbers and surrounded by your expertise, your value, what you provide. And then I want you to possibly raise them motherfucking rates. Okay? That's a wrap for today, y'all. I know I was talking a lot, but money is a hot topic. I'm gonna keep coming back to it. I want you to let me know how you feel about it in the show notes. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast everywhere that podcasts are available. Follow me on Instagram at I am Lauren Powers. Y'all, I will see you next week on the next episode of Power Moves, Health, Marketing, and Real Life Shit.